We are working on the sound.
Mic 2 is on.
Hello, 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 hello.
It should be good now.
We are working on the sound. Okay, here we are.
Sorry about that.
Thank you so much, Camille, for letting us know.
Nobody else is going to say nothing?
Right. Okay, good. The real Birdie, that's my sister, y'all, my sister-in-law. Thanks for joining us, Camille. But I think that's why people started leaving.
I mean, don't be rude. You could have said something.
Right. She's the only one that says something. All right. The sound is up and running, and we are back in effect. We are back in effect. So everything I was saying, you didn't hear anything. I was saying, please share this with at least 5 people. That's all we ask. Okay. Be so kind and share it. Last week's conversation was superb. Last week's conversation was a hot topic. And we wanted to continue the conversation. We had a guest scheduled for tonight. Mm-hmm. However, her flight got delayed. She was traveling today. And so, of course, obviously because of the snow,
hi, Gina.
So she'll be on next week instead. But we wanted to continue the conversation because it was just so necessary. There was just so much more to be said that we didn't want to, cancel tonight because she wasn't going to be on. So
I know many people were excited because we were talking about manipulation in relationships, and she just so happened to be in the comments and commenting and disclosing a little bit about her own experience, and she lived that experience of manipulation in a relationship. And so we're going to have a deep dive to talk about her history with that and what that looked like, what got her through it, what got her delivered, for lack of better terms. But unfortunately, her flight, as Ann mentioned, she's in I was gonna say she's in heaven right now. Yeah, I was gonna say she's in heaven right now. No, she's in the sky right now, still traveling, so she's not able to join us. But here we are, and I'm still sharing. So go ahead, babe. Talk to the people.
Yeah. So I was asking, how are you guys holding up with the ones who live around snow? We had a snowstorm on Sunday, caused schools to be shut down on Monday, and roads to be crazy today. So want to know how you guys are hanging with the snow. Are you guys keeping warm? And things of that nature.
No, it took me 2 hours to get to work and 2 hours to come back from work. So I wasn't too happy. But a snow day is a snow day, so I'll take it. You know what I'm saying?
Let us know how you guys are doing, where you're watching from. You may be in the Sunshine State. I think Gina, right? Gina's from Florida.
We hate on you. We don't like you guys. We don't like Sunshine State people.
Yes, but anyway, don't be shy. You don't have to. Well, if you don't want to share, it's fine. We're gonna go right into our topic for tonight because we, like we said last week, it's a continuation of the topic from last week. We were talking about signs that you are in a manipulative relationship.
Yeah.
And so today we're going to just continue that conversation and talk about why do we miss those signs, right? How does manipulation hide in plain sight? You'll be surprised that some of the things that we talk about tonight are things that you probably could be like, oh my goodness, I should have known. I should have seen that. But it hides in plain sight because of certain things that these people
got Palm Beach in the house.
That these manipulative people display certain characteristics. And so let's get to it. And guys, please be open to sharing if you have experiences. Babe, I actually can't see us. We got to move closer together. Okay, there we go. All up under him.
I can't even breathe, bro.
And if you have certain experiences that you would like to share, we believe in commenting because it can free someone. Last week, as you could when Rose was sharing, she was freeing a lot of people.
Yes.
So listen, God gets us through certain things so that we can share with others so that they don't have to go through the same thing.
Yeah,
so be kind. Okay. As to share your experiences as we have this conversation tonight.
Yeah, so
a lot of talking.
I guess we're going to just dive right into it. The first point that we want to talk about for our topic tonight and for our title tonight, which is why we miss the signs, how manipulation hides in plain sight. Number one, we want to talk about why good people miss manipulation. Why do they miss that you are being manipulated in or being manipulative in a relationship. But we're going to focus more on those who are being manipulated, and we'll from time to time we'll dive in and go into the people who are the manipulators, right? So, for example, the one of the things that happen when it comes to these situations is that manipulation don't always start at the very beginning of the relationship. It doesn't always start.
They gotta butter you up.
Yeah, and so that's the first thing that we have to understand and realize that it doesn't always start at the very beginning. Another thing to know about manipulation in a relationship, oftentimes people they assume good intent from everybody. You assume good intent from everybody. And then one of the things that we spoke about last week is what happened with intention versus impact, right? So we might have good intention in this particular situationship, but the impact that you're making does not align or does not match what your intentions are.
And I think the one who is being manipulated, I kind of think of myself. Let's say, like, I feel like because I always want to see the good in people, because I always want to give people a chance, because I always feel like, grace should be extended.
Yeah.
Sometimes people in manipulative relationships may offer that too much.
Yeah.
They may overextend grace. They may overextend kindness. They may overextend patience and second chances, right? Which causes them to get stuck.
Yeah. And I think also we have to get it out of our mind that manipulation only happen to a certain type of people. Mm-hmm. It's not just a certain type of people that manipulation happens. As a matter of fact, dare I say, those who are trying to manipulate people, they try to target those people who have actually good qualities, because those are the people they want in their lives in the first place. Yeah. Right. So just because
they're easy to push over, they're easy to walk all over, they're easy to kind of trick.
Yeah.
Right. And to kind of wrap around their finger, because that person, like I said, is gracious and tender and kind and nurturing.
Yeah. And another thing that we do that is kind of sad is when it comes to manipulation, people tend to normalize the unnormal, right? The red flags are there.
For a reason.
They are there. But no, here's what happened, babe. They tend to normalize the red flags, right? So in other words, I don't call you. Well, that's probably normal. That's probably just how the person is. They're not talkative. They're not the type to reach out. So we are normalizing red flags that shows up in the relationship. We normalize it as if it's something that's okay.
I have a good example of that. I have a friend who she was talking about how there are certain things that her person didn't display, like at the beginning of their relationship. And she was like, you know what? That's just how he is. But then further along in the relationship, in her accepting those things, she felt depleted. She felt like, I should have said something in the beginning because it really mattered to me.
Right.
But now it's almost like, okay, I said nothing from the jump. So like, do I really have the right to sing this thing now?
Yeah.
It's almost like you accepted, you met me like this, right? That's what he would say. You met me like this. Why do you want me to change?
Yeah.
But you accepted that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If there are things that are non-negotiables for you, they should be laid out in the forefront. Don't just say that's just how the person is.
You can't just accept it.
Right. You can't just accept everything, right?
Yeah.
Some things you can work around, but there are some things, if you know it means a lot to you, if it's important to you, it has to be discussed in the forefront.
Yeah. Because this brings up another topic also with boundaries, right? You bring up another topic with boundaries, like where you draw the line. However, you're letting the person skip the line over and over and over and over again, to the point that whatever it is that they're doing to take advantage of you has been normalized to the point that you don't even realize it anymore.
And it's called taking advantage.
Yeah.
You are being taken advantage of. And I know it's hard to hear, and I know you probably don't want to accept it, but it's if it's something that you don't like, or you never liked, and it keeps happening over and over again, and because you're so kind and so sweet and so forgiving, you're being taken advantage of.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's also that's also how it turns into some of those things being normalized, right? You constant confusion. Those are last week's conversation. Those were last week's points. There's you constantly confused. Your guilt.
Can I pause you for a second?
Yeah.
Someone asked again, is no Rose tonight? Not Ted.
Hey, what's up, Ted? No, she's in the sky right now. She's stuck in her flight got delayed, so she couldn't make it. So we're gonna have her on next week, bro.
Yeah, I know. Rose, come on, where you at, Rose?
Yeah, I mean,
Rose,
even if
we were like Rose for president.
like even if her flight was delayed, we would have just have her join us from the airport. But she's literally in the air. That's causing everything to. But it's all good. So we are continuing the conversation. Like last week, we talked about some of the signs for manipulation is constant confusion. You're feel guilty for having needs. They do a spotlight flipping. What that basically means is like you brought up a hurt to them. They trying to make it like their hurt. Right? That's
let me have this one.
Spotlight flipping. You have emotional control. That's where you bring up an issue to the conversation to the forefront. And what they do is they either get angry, become silent. They try to charm you. So they use emotions as a way to control the outcome of the conversation. You have fake accountability. That's the I said I was sorry or I'm sorry that. So there's no real accountability.
Or if I hurt you, then
exactly
you hurt me.
Exactly. And then you have the hot and cold inconsistency. Today they're all up on you. The next day they are not. Then you have self-doubt. That's the gaslighting, when someone make you doubt your own memory or your own emotions. Then you have conditional apologies. That's connected to the fake accountability. That's when you get those ifs. Those if there's a condition that is attached to the apology, so there's no real accountability. Then you have the feeling alone together. You're just like basically friends or housemates or roommates.
A single husband or a single wife.
And live in the same house. And then you start losing yourself, right? But those are the signs of manipulation in a relationship. But then it brings us into what we're talking about today in terms of why does it happen, right?
And why is it missed?
Ted
really says something in the IG. He said, taking your kindness for weakness.
Absolutely.
A lot of times because you're so kind, like, this kind of going back to what we were talking about earlier. When you are so kind, they think that they can get over on you because you're so kind. And sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Right? So,
and also to Ted's point, why good people miss manipulation is oftentimes they tend to confuse patience with tolerance, right? Just because you're being patient with someone to get better, to become better, they take it as you're tolerating whatever it is that they bring to the table. And so they make no real effort to change. As a matter of fact, they use those things to get over on you, which is what manipulation is all about.
And that's why it's so important that you're communicating these things, guys. Like, if you are in a manipulative relationship, if you are silent, expect the manipulation to continue. But if you are vocal about it, if you share your concerns, that gives a chance, at least, for that person to recognize their ways and possibly change. But if nothing is being said about it, sometimes they may not even know that they're doing it. Some people are maliciously manipulating others.
Others, they're intentionally doing it.
Intentionally.
Being evil.
Others are unintentionally doing it.
They don't realize it.
For example, like on Plain Live last week, we were talking about some of the issues that we go through when we are like, having a disagreement or something. And some of the actions that Irvin's
we realize how much of a manipulator N is.
Oh, wow. We realize that there are some manipulative ways or actions that Irvin's will exhibit at times. And it's never intentional or malicious, but in talking about it, we were like, aha, right?
Yeah.
A light bulb went off. And it gives you a chance to really self-reflect and be like, okay, I got to work on this.
Yeah. And also one of the things that we said last week is like, it's not just one sign. If the person is doing if a combination of things are happening, it's most likely not that you're being manipulated, right? Another reason why good people miss manipulation is there's a history and there's some trauma that may cause them to be blinded to it, because they're so used to
being that
way, to being taken advantage of, to not being vocal, to let the status quo be the status quo, right? And so that trauma dulled their instincts. It dulls their what's the spiritual
sensors?
Yeah, what's the spiritual their
not conviction, their
discernment. The discernment is dull because of that history of trauma. And that's what's happened. And also on the note of being spiritual, sometimes too, faith could cause you to be blinded in setting boundaries. Oh, I'm gonna let the Lord work on him. God is not done with him yet. And so even faith at times my stomach.
Did y'all hear that?
I can hear my stomach growling just now. Sometimes even faith at times could be a hindrance, right? Faith in the sense of not having faith in God, but being so religious, that could be a hindrance also for why good people miss those signs of manipulation, right? So super, super, super important that we are aware of that.
And I think even taking it to like when you sense something in your relationship, like taking that to God in prayer so that your eyes can be open. Sometimes the person that you're with you can be so goo gaga over them that love blinds you, right? But it's when you sense certain things are happening and you ask God to show you clearly like what, or what, just kind of take your feelings to God. God will speak to you and he will show you how to maneuver that situation and how to bring it up in conversation. I don't want us to underestimate the power of prayer, right? And how prayer can enlighten us to certain things that we may have been blinded to. So
I agree with that. It's not a but. I agree with that. But we had friends, like two people that we know very vividly who were in those situations where they swore up and down that this was God for them. So they had faith that this was their person, even though I don't think in those situations, maybe one of the two situations, the guy was being manipulative. But I don't think the other guy was, because he was very clear about his intention. But for whatever reason, I guess that's probably not even manipulation. It's just
I don't think that has anything to do with prayer. Like, I think when someone feels like someone is for them, they may not even pray about it. They may not even want to pray about it.
But we know those people were praying.
I don't know who you're talking about, but it's fine because my mic is on. They're going to know something. But what I'm saying is, like, there are certain people who will pray and they will want. Okay. There are certain people who
I just wrote the names for her, y'all.
Yeah. There are certain people who will pray and they will want God to say what they want to hear. And so even if God does give them the sign
that this ain't it,
they're looking at it from a different lens because they're hoping that God will say yes.
So in a way, it goes
they're like forcing God's hand to say yes.
So in a way, it goes back to what I was saying before in terms of how faith acts as something that blurs the boundaries because you're so stuck in what you're believing that God is going to do, and then you allow it to go longer than it needs to go on.
So if you're about it, Christian, it's really about not my will but your will.
Yeah.
If you truly want to walk in obedience and be in alignment with God's will for your life, it's really about God, not my will, but your will be done.
Yeah, yeah. And also, speaking of that time process, it's very important for us to understand that, as I mentioned before, I'll reiterate it. Manipulation doesn't start abusive, because sometimes, a lot of time, the manipulation gets so bad that it becomes emotionally abusive, psychologically abusive. It doesn't get physical, so we're not talking about in terms of physical, but maybe it could go there. Who knows, right? When it's with intimidation, because intimidation is not necessarily physical, but you're intimidating the person. But it doesn't always start there. It evolve to become that.
Yeah.
If you're not mindful, if you're not watching the red flags, if you are normalizing the red flags, if your trauma or your history is dulling your instincts and or your discernment, right?
Everybody puts their best foot forward at the beginning.
At the beginning, correct.
Because like they know that if I show you the real me, you're gonna bounce. So I will butter you up. I will soften you up. I'll make you fall in love with me.
Right.
With the me that I know you want to see.
Absolutely.
The me that I know that you because like when we first talk, you tell me what you want in a person. So I'm gonna conform to that for you.
Yeah.
So that you can fall in love with me. And then when I have you where I want you,
they evolve into something else. Right. So what we start seeing like what was supposed to be charm, but the person's playing the nice guy role. They use that to create confusion. So the charm, as charming as they are, when you come to them with a conversation, that's when they try to flip it around and make it like, well,
this is crazy.
You're crazy, right?
Yeah, that is. I'm just thinking about what you're saying. It's so sad. Like, guys, we gotta guard our hearts.
Absolutely.
Like, how do you turn from charming?
It was all a ploy.
Now being deceptive.
That person who was intentionally out there to manipulate. They have an end goal. And that was always their end goal. Their charm was meant to bring about confusion in that person, which will then cause them to be able to control that person.
Yeah.
Right. And so then we go from them speaking of control. It doesn't start off as control. It starts off as looking, I want to protect you.
Yeah.
Right. Those people who steer the manipulated away from what they've known. They will tell that person, I want to protect you from your toxic friends. I want to protect you from your meddling family members.
Come on.
And that's just all a way.
Before you know it, you have
control.
No more friends.
And they have complete control over your life.
You're isolated from your family. And so now it's all about you and them. And they got you right where they want you.
That's a progression, right? That's a progression. And that's the evolution of what happened as it relates to the slow effect of manipulation that takes place, right? They were affectionate to you to start, but now they kind of leverage affection. What must you do for you to get I love you? What must you do to get a compliment, to get a shoulder rub, or this, that, and the third, right? And so that's what tends to happen with the slow progression from charm, from it evolving from manipulation to it to become abusive, right?
Wow, this is sad.
It's a sad reality for a lot of people.
And I know a couple of people who have been in situations like this where manipulation has taken over. And I've had to be one of the eyes that they didn't see. Other people in their lives had to be other eyes that they couldn't see. Because, like I said, sometimes you're so deeply in love with this person that you can see no wrong. No wrong.
Good question. Can a smile be a manipulation tactic? Say a little bit more about that. I don't know if you get the core of the question or if you want to say a little bit more. And also say a little bit more in terms of what you mean for that question. And we could definitely get back to it.
If the person, if I think I know what he's saying, if the person is indeed a manipulator and they know they have a charming smile, that may be the opening to getting the girl to realize them. And I'm not going to only say guys manipulate, majority are, but the woman, right? She may flaunt parts of her knowing that this is probably something that will get his attention. And then when I have him where I want him, so.
And I want to say also this part when it comes to manipulation, right? And how
that's a charming smile.
Yeah, it could be. When it comes to manipulation and that process that it takes to become manipulation, it doesn't shock you. It's not very abrupt. It just wears you down. Most people who's been manipulated they got worn down to the core from who they are, how they were, to just being like they almost don't recognize themselves anymore.
Right, because it happens gradually.
It's gradual.
You said it's a gradual thing that like it's not linear, right? It's very gradual. Slowly they're changing ways. Slowly they stop doing that one thing they used to do. Slowly they stop calling you as much. Slowly but slowly, and then you start to notice it, but it's not so drastic for you to say anything until you realize that, hold up, how did we get here? So it's like you said, it's not abrupt. Like, how did we get here? And that's why it goes back to what I was saying. Like, once you start to notice a change, once you start to notice something that's making you feel uneasy and uncomfortable, say something.
Say something. You see something, say something.
Please say something. You feel something, you say something.
Right.
Nothing will change unless you say something.
We're over here using MTA verbiage and slogan, but it's the truth, right? And also, what tends to happen is we have to be very careful about some of the faith language that we use in relationships, especially unhealthy relationships. For example, we talk about all the time to give the person grace, right? To give grace, but when you give grace, it doesn't mean that you abandon yourself or who you are. Like, I'm giving you grace at the expense of me, my livelihood, my happiness, my well-being, my contentment. So I'm just giving you grace. And the more grace that I give you, the more I disappear. Right. And so that's super, super, super important to be mindful about when it comes to some of those faith and hope and languages, to ensure that it's no boundary. It's unlimited. There's no end to it. Right. I think that's what tends to happen. People don't know when to stop extending grace at the expense of themselves.
Yeah. And we're not saying don't extend grace. Sometimes we, like I said, we overextend to the point of losing ourselves.
Yeah.
So you're right. Because like we do want to show compassion towards others, right? People are the way that they are because of something. Like there's trauma attached to any negativity that you find in somebody's life, most of the time. And so you do want to be gracious at times. When you overextend, you're overextending at the expense of your peace,
absolutely,
your identity, even right, your contentment. And so you want to be sure that you're not overextending.
Yeah, and I think the other thing
we not God out here.
Yeah, we're not. I think the other people need to understand is this also. Even in the relationship context, when you have overextended grace and you keep forgiving, or you have forgiven the person, it's super important for you to understand that forgiveness. And Ann and I, we've had this conversation about certain situations. Forgiveness does not mean access. I think sometimes I think
they don't see us.
Nobody said that.
Yes.
Who said that? They don't see us.
Don't see you.
Oh, my bad.
I told you.
It's this IG thing. But anyway, forgiveness does not equal access. We need to understand that better. I can forgive you and give you that 10-foot pole. That way you don't have space to recreate that trauma again that you already brought to me in the first place. Right? I think let's see.
Coming a little bit. Okay.
Sorry guys, 1 second. I'm trying to adjust something for Instagram, and Instagram is delayed. So trying to frame it. All right, we'll keep talking and see what happens. Okay, good. I think. Okay, cool.
But you gotta come now. Your head is out.
Hey yo, I gotta come.
All
right. So
this is so annoying, but
so it's a technical thing. We'll explain it. And I think also in the same context of faith, that person who's being manipulated can oversubmit. They can oversubmit in the relationship, and then they become silent.
First of all, you're not submitting to anyone other than your husband. Okay. So because when we're talking about relationships, we're talking about relationships or in marriage, right? Two separate conversations. But when you talk about the word submit, I just want to be clear about who we're submitting to when we talk about submission. All right, continue. Baby.
Yeah, and so we have to be very careful about those things, because even some of those languages like grace, submission, forgiveness, these are all things that people
No, forgiveness we can continue to use. You can forgive, but be separate.
Don't give access.
Exactly.
Be mindful of your access.
Exactly.
Right. And then so a lot of time people use those things to avoid taking accountability, and as a way they get a pass from their unhealthy behaviors.
Yeah.
Right. And so that is also so the first thing that we talked about was why good people miss manipulation. We talk about the slow process of it, where it does not start as abusive at first. It's just evolve into that. How faith, hope, and those languages can to be used as a way to continue that process, right?
Weaponized.
Wow. Wow. To be weaponized to keep you bound, right? And so now the next thing we're going to talk about is what's happening inside of you during this when manipulation is happening. What is taking place inside of you, right? I need some water. I wish the kids were here. I wish they were here so I could send them together. I need some water. Okay, so the first thing that what we are seeing is inside of you. We talked about how you start to disappear last week. You no longer exist. It's no longer you. So you start to disappear. You start to doubt yourself, right? The manipulator have the power to say something, and then you're like, okay, am I crazy?
Right.
I'm so confused right now, right? And so that's some of the things that start to happening internally. You start disappearing. Who are you?
Am I?
Yes.
I've had instances where I've had to ask the person who's in a manipulative relationship, like, who are you even? I don't even know. I don't even recognize you anymore. And at times you don't even recognize yourself as a manipulatee, right? The one being manipulated. You don't like, how did I get here?
How did you get here?
Yeah.
You got manipulated, right? You start shrinking. And it's not to be repetitive, but these are all things that start to happen to you. You lose joy. You're no longer happy, right? And so, because, listen, identity goes a very long way. Identity is pretty much a foundational piece of your happiness. Because once you know who you are and whose you are, it makes you a happier person. But once you're being manipulated to be diminished, to no longer be the person that you thought you were or who God has called you to be, not only you start shrinking, but you also start losing joy.
You lose purpose.
You lose purpose. You're tired. Hey, bro, you missed a lot, man. Good
you missed a couple of weeks, sir.
You missed a couple of weeks. We haven't seen you in a minute,
right?
Right? And this is why people don't leave easily, because they become weak. Like, who am I outside of this person?
Who am I? If your identity is wrapped up into this person, something wrong, right?
They've manipulated you so much that now you no longer know who you are outside of them.
And your life only revolves around them. And it's like, hold up, where's my tribe? Where are my people? If your people has become their people, if their people has become your people, and you no longer have your own people.
Because if that person have done such a great job to take you away from your people.
Yeah. Manipulation is very synonymous to narcissism.
Oof. A narcissistic person would be great manipulators.
Yeah.
Because those are the people. A narcissist, right, could never take accountability for their actions.
Ever.
So they flip everything on everybody else but themselves.
Always.
It's like there's no mirror. There's no mirror. Right? Let's see. Got a note. A lot of times, a lot of people use manipulation by playing childish games. The texting game, relationships going through emotional roller coaster, ghosting, flaking, etc. Absolutely, these are all the different strategies, games that they intentionally use. It's not even by accident either, bro.
Right.
That's the thing. It's not even by accident.
Right. You're in a toxic relationship and don't even know it.
Right.
Right. Because you just start to think, you know what? A lot of people, there's probably a lot of people
we
going
normalize the toxicity.
Normalcy, right? Everything is not normal. Just because you normalize it doesn't mean it's normal.
That's good. That's actually pretty good.
And so we have to we got to be very careful. And God gave us
discernment
for a reason.
Common sense.
It's not just like what is that? It's not just not a coincidence.
Happenstance.
It's not just your conscious. What is that? I forgot the word. But discernment. He's giving you discernment for a reason, right? If you sense that something is not right, usually something is not right. And so you have to assess the situation. Yeah. Don't just let it pass. Don't just let it, like water off you. Don't let it just flow like water off of your back. You have to say something, because if you don't say anything, the deeper you'll get into that situation, and you'll find yourself at a place where it's too hard to get out. Right?
Who am I?
Right. Who am I, and how did I get here?
Yeah. So it's very important that we have to start seeing clearly again through the manipulation. And I would this is where, when you join us next week, I would love to hear from Rose. How did she start seeing clearly again? Because her journey, that's Ann's first cousin. That's my cousin-in-law. Growing up, when I first got into a relationship, was one of my favorites. Still is. Don't get jealous. My favorite cousin-in-law, one of them. So I don't know much of her story. I don't know any of her story at all. Ann might know a little bit more. But I want us to be here next week for her to be able to tell you intuition. Is that the word you're looking for?
Intuition.
Yeah, thank you, God's Child 2003 on Instagram.
Thank you so much.
And so I would love for her to share with us next week how to start seeing clearly again. How did she come to the realization, this ain't it?
Like,
right?
What was the light bulb that went off, right? What was the straw that broke the camel's back, that made her realize, wait, hold up. You know how the prodigal son, when it talks about how he came to himself, she had a came to herself moment.
Right.
What was that come to yourself moment? And next week, she's going to have a chance to really share that with us.
Yeah, I'm excited, man.
Yeah. And because like I said from the beginning, guys, your testimony is not just for you. Your testimony is to free others. Sometimes God will use your story to bring about restoration, hope, freedom, right? Deliverance. And so we want you to really be and
if you want to be super churchy, we say the devil is a liar. The devil made her get stuck on that flight. So you guys,
right? So we can't free these people tonight, right?
Because last week Rose don't usually join the live,
right?
She just so happened to be on, and then she started to share in the comments,
and she went,
and then people were just really connecting with her story, and so we asked her to do it. And look, today the devil will make her get stuck in the airport. You're a liar, devil.
What do you say?
Do you know how many times you see young couples make up, break up, make up, break up? Do you know how many times some people are going back or thinking about their exes or talking about their exes?
Right.
It's a sad reality.
It's a sad reality. And then if you think about it, like they're your ex for a reason. If they're your ex, why are you going? You left for a reason.
Right.
You made up in your mind that this was it. But then that manipulation can even rear its ugly head in the separation.
Right.
They'll constantly text you and say, hey, I'm sorry. I'll change.
Yeah.
It won't be like this no more.
Empty promises.
Give me another chance. And you in your heart, you in the grace.
You will always be like this. Lies.
With a manipulator? Yes, it will.
It'll always be that way.
But yeah, that's so true, Yandel.
Yeah.
We just pray for those who just don't know who they are, who find validation in a manipulator, who find their identity in these people. God wants you to be free, right? The word says, "He whom the Son sets free is truly free indeed." And so, if you allow God to work on you and to give you the strength, because the word also says His strength is made perfect in our weaknesses.
Yeah.
So when you are weak to that person, you draw strength from God.
Jane's asking, Irv, why are you reading as if the comments are downstairs? No, because for you guys on Instagram, it shows up on top.
Oh,
it shows up on top. But for me, it's like, because I'm doing this. No, okay, I get it, Jane. No, my camera, we have a big TV screen and my camera's in front of it. So I got to pivot almost to look at the comments that's being projected on the screen. Mind your business. Because like this, I'm looking downstairs. But guys, I'm excited. I need y'all to be on this next week because I want to give you guys first-hand account of someone who was there and how she start to see clear again, right? So next week, Tuesday, we're going to dive into that. But ultimately, I mean, what you have to make sure you start doing to start being clear again, stop arguing with your reality. Stop justifying things. Your reality is you are not in a healthy situation. You have lost who you are.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Right? But you are still arguing, no, maybe it's not as bad as I think it is.
It could be worse.
They're just hating on my relationship. They just don't want to see me happy. So you've taken on. Hey, Rose.
Hi, Rose.
Rose is in the chat. Did you land yet, girl? Did you land? Good to see you, Mama. People have been asking for you.
Where you at, Rose?
Are you still on the plane or did you land?
So we would love for you to be here on time next week. You do not want to miss next week's episode. Rose is going to be on where she's going to share her story. Yeah. I know some of you actually came on tonight just to hear her.
Hey, Stephanie, Coco. You guys are late. There's a lot of late birds.
I'll see you guys next week. Yes, just landed.
Glad you had a safe flight.
Landed. Thank God that you landed safely. That was our primary concern. But yes, definitely next week, y'all. Rose, just give us a sentence to kind of leave us hanging for next week. Let them know why they should come back next week to hear your story.
And you can cuss.
You can. What are you saying? Yes. But like I was saying before, guys, like I don't even remember what I was saying.
And that's a good thing too, right?
No, because you be cutting me off, babe. I want you to know that. And when we get off of the live tonight, I'm going to talk to you about it.
So we're going to stay here for another hour on here. Because no, but guys, but I was telling the people that don't argue with your reality.
Right.
And so if all these things that's happening, there we go. I can't believe I let that happen to me.
That's it.
That's a sentence. So you're gonna hear more next week.
And I want to say something about that because a lot of people who are a lot of people who haven't actually been through it will say that can't be me. That wouldn't be me. And I know Rose. Rose was that kind of person. Please, yeah, right. I could never. You could never. But then that sentence alone, I can't believe I let that happen to me. It shows that the power of a manipulator.
Right. And you
don't even notice that it's happening until it happens.
Until you're in that situation. Yeah.
And so, Rose, thank you for sharing that.
So we're going to deep dive
come in next week to find out how she let that happen to her.
Yeah, I think we could leave it here as a cliffhanger. Stephanie, I made a mistake. But you probably were not able to get on because I posted the first link was the original link for the Rose interview. on YouTube, but then we had to change it because it's just us. So we're glad that you're here. She said the devil is a whole liar. I did everything early, fed the baby, took my shower. The page wouldn't let me in until now.
Aww.
But you didn't miss Rose, Stephanie. Rose is going to be next week because you missed it. She had a flight delay. And
do it again next week. Put the babies down early.
Next week, 8:30.
8:30 sharp.
8:30 sharp, everybody.
Don't you miss it. Wilson, we'll see you next week at 8:30. You hear me?
Yes.
There's so much to catch up on. But yeah, if everything that we shared, so like this live will be shared on YouTube. Mm-hmm. If you know someone, seriously, y'all, I think a lot of times we try to protect our friends or people that are close to us, and we don't want to tell them the truth because we don't want them to feel bad.
Yeah.
But you not sharing this live for someone who actually needs to hear it is actually doing more harm to their relationship than good.
Yeah.
So bump trying to make people feel comfortable, bump trying to make people feel happy. If you know someone is in a toxic or manipulative relationship, they may not know that they're in it. They may not know that they're in it. They may need to hear it from a third party, someone else, not from you, because you probably said it over and over and over again. They may need to hear it from fresh voices.
And I think one of the things that you're really great at, in addition to being that voice, you have a way of keep going back to it, where the person doesn't feel frustrated with you.
Me?
Yeah, they still welcome you to let them know with the same concerns over and over again.
Because listen, if I'm not gonna keep quiet, and I will.
Oh Lord.
Not be silent. Your man is manipulating you.
Oh wow.
So get out and be free today. The Lord is waiting for you. Free me today. Yeah, guys. So
we'll leave it there.
Rose,
someone on Instagram says, Rose, I have a special love for you because that's my first name. So you have a first name twin.
Yes,
on IG, imported Coco.
Rose, definitely. Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna leave it there, guys. We're excited.
Yeah.
Join next week. And
invite somebody with you. Okay. Just be like, yo, y'all need to be on this live tonight. And it's not to get views. Honestly, at this point, it's really about impact. Right. The 12, 13, 15 people that we're impacting on a weekly basis. Like we're content with that until God expands it to more. Yeah. But listen, bring somebody with you because their freedom is going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
right. So that was about more context. Next week is going to be about the life experience coming through Rose. So we'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys for joining us. Y'all have a good night. Rose, get home safe. Until then, peace out.